Hello and welcome to Estuary TV News with me, James Dunn. In the show today, plenty of horsepower at this upcoming event, and our guest talks about why people should be proud of being from Lincolnshire. But first, here's Richard Morris with the news headlines.
Hello, in the headlines today, demolition is planned in the heart of Grimsby and a new leader for the Red Arrows has been chosen in Lincolnshire. The high-rise blocks of flats in Grimsby town centre are to be demolished and replaced with new housing. Shoreline Housing Partnership has finished their consultation, with the majority of tenants agreeing that demolition should take place. We spoke to the CEO of Shoreline Housing Partnership to find out about the consultation and what will be on offer for the existing tenants.
Well, the consultation period closed at the end of July after 3 months or thereabouts, and over the period since then the Board of Shoreline's been looking at the results, and what we announced yesterday was that, having taken everything into account, we have decided to go ahead with a proposal to demolish the 6 high-rise tower blocks in the East Marsh area of Grimsby and also the 2 associated Comber Place masonettes. As of yesterday, tenants who move out will be eligible for all the support, both financial and otherwise, that we can provide for them. We now move forward with looking to rehouse the approximately 450 or so households who are currently remaining on the estate, and that will take as long as it takes because you can't rush these things. We have no fixed target in mind. Nobody needs to panic about having to be out by a certain date. Everybody will get individually dealt with, and as we progress we'll be updating people as to what we feel the timetable will look like. Our best estimate is probably it may take us between 2 and 3 years to actually get to a point where the blocks are entirely empty.
Homeless people can start having organised games of football thanks to £600 worth of funding from Hull City Council. The turn-up and play sessions are coordinated by the East Riding Football Association for current and former residents of William Booth House in Hull. It is hoped the opportunity will help to develop key skills such as leadership, teamwork and communication, which will in turn help when seeking employment.
A lot of stigma attached to people, homeless people, and it's what we're trying to do is get them active, but also create sort of a sense of worthwhile, and also help them with social skills and also employability skills. So by them coming to the session, they're taken out of an environment where they might not normally play football on a Wednesday afternoon. They might get involved with antisocial behaviour, etc. So this session is really helping them get away from that stigma.
Do you fancy taking on the running of a local library? North East Lincolnshire Council is looking for potential supporters of new community libraries after it was faced with a cut of £500,000 to its library's budget. The number of libraries the council will now directly run has been reduced from 10 to 4. Grimsby Central Library, Cleethorpes, Immingham and Waltham branch libraries will remain provided for by the council. Local residents are urged to approach the council with any offers or queries. A new team leader of the Red Arrows has been chosen for the forthcoming 2015 season. Squadron leader David Montenegro will fly as Red 1 for the new season. He originally joined the Royal Air Force in 1999 and flew the Tornado F3. He's 38 years old and succeeds the current squadron leader Jim Turner. He will take over after their final 2014 display this Sunday in Malta. Montenegro said he was excited to represent the Royal Air Force and United Kingdom, both at home and overseas. A new art exhibition has opened in Hull. The collection is called 3 AM, Wonder, Paranoia and Restless Night. The exhibition reflects on the night's farthest reaches and the effects it can have on the human mind. We spoke to the curator of contemporary art at the Ferrans Art Gallery in Hull.
The Ferrans Art Gallery has got an excellent reputation, and it's a really sort of amazing aspect of Hull that people know about far and wide. And I've just been really struck when about 4 years ago and about 8 years ago, exhibitions that I was involved with came here, and I was just very struck by the reception that contemporary art has in Hull, and you know, a really sympathetic press as well, you know, which is wonderful. And you know, Hull getting City of Culture is absolutely richly deserved, you know, in my opinion.
If you have any news for us, no matter how big or small you think it is, then please don't hesitate to contact us on Grimsby 01472 315561, or you can contact us through Twitter at Estuary TV, or you can search us on Facebook. We've also got our own website, www.estuary.tv. Bye for now.
Thank you, Richard. Now, it's often seen as a lost art, but traditional horse ploughing is more alive and well than people might think. Ahead of the Northern Heavy Horse Society's annual ploughing match, we sent David Nunn to find out more about this proud Lincolnshire tradition.
It's something that's become a lost art in Lincolnshire thanks to machinery. However, there are a group of dedicated individuals who keep the lost art of horse ploughing alive.
I think there is nothing quite like the feeling of a pair of horses walking quietly away with the sound of the soil against the moldboard of the plough and it rolling over to make a seam. And you change the appearance of land. Anyone who's interested in agriculture will understand the dramatic change between stubble of either rape or wheat or barley into a beautifully manicured piece of ground that's ready for the next crop. So it's all a bit romantic, really.
As an agricultural centre, Lincolnshire was once home to many companies that made manual horse ploughs. One of the most famous companies was Cook & Son, where Norman Burkett got his prized plough from.
Well, I mean, this particular area, I mean, there was local to the area. I mean, you could get the spares quite easy, and there was based just near the cattle market in Lincoln. In fact, the works are now still there, but it's part of Lincoln College. And so when you was at market, you just nipped down or rung up and said, you know, we're coming into market, can we have some spares? And according to my father, there was more or less there ready for you, sort of thing. But the tale with the plough we're going to use is that it come to Mr. Andrew, and he won the All England with it in, I think it was 1929. And so, you know, the tale was that he never had to pay for that plough, and he got all his spares for free, you know, just because he was sort of selling ploughs on a demonstration basis for cooks, by using it.
Although manual ploughing is hard work and far less efficient than its modern alternatives, enthusiasts gather every year for ploughing contests across the country, and there's a certain appeal that keeps bringing them back.
People like horses, and, you know, find them something to do to go to ploughing competitions. Otherwise, you know, that's about all a lot of horses do now, There isn't many working farm horses about, there's one or two. In fact, the last gentleman in Sturton here, well, he lived just up the road there, he died in May, and he did the latter part of his life still use horses, and I have worked with him, to a certain extent, going to ploughing matches right up to, you know, Darlington and that sort of area.
Of course, with horse ploughing is that by the time you have enough money to keep horses and ploughs and all that goes with it, you're too old to actually benefit from it. When I was a very young man, I didn't have the money to do it. So it's gradually, you'll notice that the average age of the ploughman is probably 50 plus, with only a few young people coming in, and we must encourage the young people that are coming into it, that do have access to such facilities, to continue the tradition, in my view.
Enthusiasts hope the tradition will continue for a long time to come. Dave Nunn, Estuary TV News.
Thank you, Dave. Now, we've all heard of St Patrick's and St George's Day, a chance to take pride in everything that makes our nation great. But soon there's a chance to celebrate on a more local level. The 1st of October is Lincolnshire Day, when yellowbellies appreciate everything from great historic figures like Sir Isaac Newton and Alfred Lord Tennyson to the classic cuisine like the Lincolnshire sausage. And my guest today is Michelle Scott from the Lincolnshire Co-op. Thank you very much for coming in today, Michelle.
No problem.
Do you think I said Lincolnshire enough in that cue?
You did.
Just about. So tell me, what do you do at the Lincolnshire Co-op? What makes you different from other supermarkets on a local level?
Well, we're very different at Lincolnshire Co-op, mainly because we are a co-op, and a cooperative is a different type of business because we're owned by our members rather than a few shareholders. So everyone who has a Lincolnshire Co-op dividend card is one of our members who owns the business.
And with regards to what you sell, what makes a co-op in Lincolnshire, with regards to the products it sells, different to, say, a co-op in Scotland?
Well, we're an independent cooperative society in Lincolnshire, so we have specifically a Love Local range, which is very apt for Lincolnshire Day. And in our Love Local range, we have more than 100 local products that are all made by different people in and around Lincolnshire, so they're very special and unique to us.
And what kind of things? I mean, can you think of anything off the top of your head?
We've got all sorts. We've got cheese, we've got ales, we've got apple juice, gingerbread, jams, chutneys. We've got most things that you can think of.
And is there a section where on Lincolnshire Day, if your customers come in, they'll go, you know, oh, I want something from Lincolnshire, I can go to the Lincolnshire section, or is it sort of dotted around as any other product?
We actually have the Love Local section in its own little place on our stands all year round, so if you know you want to buy local, you can go straight to it and find all the different things that you might need in your shopping list.
And Lincolnshire's also famous for its arable land, and which is apparently great for growing vegetables. I mean, I don't really know. Do you know any better than me?
I'm not sure. I mean, from my point of view, I think we've got so many good products, so it must be good for growing lots of things.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever get to go out and visit the people who grow the products or make the products?
Yes, I've been very lucky in my job at Lincolnshire Co-op, and I get to go to quite a few of our different local producers, and it's really fantastic. I mean, I can paint you a little bit of a picture. Recently, I went to Skidbrook Cider, which is in Louth.
I've been there.
Yes, have you been?
Yeah.
And you drive along a little road.
Rode there on my bike.
Oh, fantastic.
Limited the amount of cider I could bring back there.
Well, that's true. But yeah, you come to a little barrel on the side of the road. It says cider apples. You turn in. It's a big yard, big red brick barn on one side, and then right at the back there you can see the orchard. All the trees were full of apples, and then there's beehives at the back as well because they create their local honey there as well. So there's all these hidden gems around Lincolnshire that people don't necessarily know about.
Wow. So you guys sell Skidbrook cider, for example?
Yes, we do, and St Bottles apple juice, which is also made there as well.
And to think I lugged 6 bottles back on my bike that day, and I could have walked round the corner.
You could have done.
So Lincolnshire Day, the 1st of October, about all things Lincolnshire. Are you guys doing anything special?
We're doing lots of things that are very special. I'll tell you first about our special evening events that are happening on October the 1st, and they are 2 Lincolnshire feasts that we're holding, one in Lincoln at the Assembly Rooms and one at Louth Town Hall, and they are a celebration of local food, drink and music. So we're going to have a brilliant Lincolnshire supper with Lincolnshire sausages and plum bread and butter pudding with different local producers donating various goods. And then we're going to have some live entertainment as well from some local bands from around the area. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, no, it does sound great. And, you know, finally, moving away from the co-op a little bit, I mean, you live in Lincolnshire?
I live in Lincoln, yeah.
And what makes you proud to be from Lincolnshire?
Oh, well, apart from local food, everything really. It's a really nice place to live. Things like the Lincolnshire Wold, you can go for a walk. The coast's really nice. There's loads of lovely things, really.
And, you know, people always talk about, I mean, we neighbour Yorkshire, for example, and Yorkshiremen, women, always, never shut up about how great Yorkshire is. Do you think we have enough pride in Lincolnshire here?
I think we do have pride. Everybody loves where they live,
yeah.
And Lincolnshire Day is a good time to kind of tell everybody else about that. So when the Yorkshire people are shouting about Yorkshire, we can shout about Lincolnshire Day. Lincolnshire on Lincolnshire Day is a perfect excuse really to celebrate and champion the things that we love.
Yeah, and you think people will?
I hope so. We've got some other events that we could get people involved in, so maybe that will help them celebrate and help with their festivities. We've got lots going on in our stores as well as these events in the evening. So anyone who's doing their shopping or popping in to buy a pint of milk can have a go on one of these games I've got with me here today. One of them is called Spin the Spud, and that is, as it sounds, you give the spud a spin, and whatever it lands on, you can either walk away with a potato or a bag of Piper's Crisps.
Well, that's great. Sounds like plenty of reason to go in, and I'll be enjoying Lincolnshire Day myself, hopefully. I'm afraid that's actually all we've got time for, but thank you very much for coming in today, Michelle. Now, don't forget that if you've got any news stories that you'd like to get in touch with us about, you can call us by calling Grimsby 315 553. You can get in touch via social media, either by Facebook or Twitter. Our handle is @EstuaryTV, or you can email us on news@estuary.tv. OK, well, for now, bye from me.